Hi, this is Eric Martin with Board Game Geek, and I'm here with Justin DeWitt from Fireside Games. We're going to be looking at Castle Panic, the Dark Titan expansion.
That's it. You've got it in your hand right there. Came out in April. A lot of people have played it. A lot of people still haven't heard about it. So we're really excited about this. It's the third expansion to Castle Panic. Second expansion to Castle Panic. Third game total in the Panic series like that. And it introduces a Dark Titan, as the name is. That would be Agranov, this guy right here. He is an 8-point monster. Being an 8-point monster, he has a special shape, which means you have to flip him over to get to his low spot. And you may notice he's missing a 1. He only goes down to 2. That means you have to hit him twice in the same turn to finish him off. The game itself plays very much like regular Castle Panic. Defend your castle towers, have at least 1 tower left when the game is over. He's going to try really hard to destroy them. Agranov comes in 5 different levels. There are 5 Agranov cards the game comes with. You can either pick at random or choose, and when you flip them over, you'll see they have a little number of red pips. Those red pips are actually, there we go, those red pips. Okay. That tells you the level you're dealing with, level 1 through 5. Level 1 is easy to beat, Level 5 is much, much harder.
Okay.
All versions of Agranov have a couple of special abilities, like he takes no damage from smashing into castle walls and towers. He just runs right through them. He also, if you go to kill him using one of the slay cards, like a barbarian or a nice shot, one of the ones that kill a monster, they do 4 points of damage instead and have to be banished from the game. You can't use him again. So he is a
break your weapon.
Yes, you literally have to throw the barbarian and lose the barbarian at him. Now, he's not in the bag like normal. He uses a new mechanic we're really excited about called Heralds. The way it works is you can see the back of the card has these 3 little spots on it that just happen to be triangular shape. When you draw a Herald for the very first time, they don't go on the board, they go on the card. Each one has an ability that when you put it in play is going to trigger, and you just use it like that to sort of unlock, like a key in a door kind of thing. Okay. First Herald goes there, second Herald goes there. When the third one shows up, Agranov is free, so he'd be sitting right here waiting for you. Once you get all 3, they go into the discard pile. You flip over the card and see which version of Agranov you're fighting, and he goes on the board like any other monster and starts coming towards you.
All right.
The lower versions of Agranov don't have that many special abilities, but the higher up you get, you'll see a lot of them have a roll ability. So after Agranov moves like a regular monster, you'll roll the die. Based on the number you get, one of several bad things are going to happen to you. He may move again, he may throw a giant boulder. It's all bad all the time.
All right.
So he makes things a little more exciting. He also brings an army with him of new monsters. There are elite monsters, orcs, goblins, and trolls. These guys all share the same mechanic of being able to dodge your attacks. When you play a hit card on them, like say an archer or whatever, you have to roll. If you roll a 1 or a 2, it's a miss. You lose the card, the monster takes no damage. So there's a 1 in 3 chance you may not be able to hit these guys, and they still come marching towards you with everybody else.
Okay.
He also brings the Dark Sorceress.
And this is all you. It's not a modular thing, but he's bringing in everything.
Right. This all comes in the Dark Titan expansion, and we recommend bringing it in. There's a recipe in the rulebook that says take a few things out of the base game and work this. It's also compatible with the Wizard's Tower, so you can mix and match all 3 games together. You can also start saying, like, well, I don't want to play with these guys, but I want to put 2 of these guys in. Knock yourself out. Have fun. That's the idea of gaming, right?
That's right.
So the Dark Sorceress, when she shows up, everybody has to lose a card of their choice, but then, as long as she's in play, your hand size is reduced by 1. That's why she has the red ring around her to remind you that as long as she's on the board, you are down 1 card.
Okay.
He also brings a boom troll with him, who when he hits a castle structure explodes, killing himself. Good for you, bad for you because he takes out walls and towers in that space and will do 1 point of damage to any monsters in the same space with them. So that isn't so good. You also get a few more little monster card things that will ruin your day, but you do get some good stuff. In the game, you're going to get some awesome... Actually, let me tease you with the good stuff first.
Okay.
Some awesome new cards. Boiling Oil comes in 3 different colors, and what it does is, based on its color, it does 1 point of damage to all monsters in the Swordsman Ring. You're essentially pouring oil over your wall, hitting everybody. So that's a nice super swordsman. Then we've got Barrage, which lets all players play a card of your choice when you call it, based on either a color or a ring. So you could say, hey, everybody, play all your red cards, and they play all their red cards. Or everyone play archers, and you just rain arrows down on people. At the right time, it's a devastating card.
Okay.
The other thing is probably one of the most awesome parts of the game, the Cavalier. This little guy right here. Turn sideways so you can see him. When this card is put in play, the Cavalier goes on the board in one of the Swordsman Rings, and you can now move him. After you've played all your cards, but before you move monsters, this guy can be moved around the board 1 space, up, down, left, right, even into the castle ring or out in the forest. And the way it works is when he's in the same space with a monster, you can choose to have him fight. he has 2 points of health that he trades with the monster's health as damage. So in this case, 2 for 2, they'd kill each other. That's not great, but it can definitely help. If he's fighting a wounded monster, however, he kills the 1-point monster, takes 1 point of damage from the monster, and resets, because he's either alive or dead. There is no wounded state for him. You can then march him around the board and keep cleaning up. Okay. You can also suicide charge him into something with more than 2 health points, but at least going to get you 2 points of damage as he goes out in a blaze of glory. And it is a card, so you can scavenge for it. You'll get shuffled back in the deck and stuff. The last thing we give you to help you out are the support tokens. These are the first time ever they look like monster tokens, but they're good guys. These come out of the bag, and you want to bring them towards you. The way that works is they start in the forest like normal. You pay cards from your hand to move them. It's based on the color. So any color card, red, green, or blue, will move one of these guys 1 space closer. However, if you play a card that matches the color they're in this case red, 2 spaces forward. They go right through walls because they're on your side. And when they reach the castle, they'll trigger with an effect. Reserve Squad lets you do damage anywhere on the board equal to their health. Just spend damage any way you want. Supply Wagon means everybody draws cards equal to their health. And the Stonemason's card is building walls instantly up to their health. The thing being, if they're ever in a spot with a monster, they fight 1 for 1, in this case killing the goblin and taking a point of damage. Now you'll only get a lower benefit from this guy when they get in.
So ideally, clear the path.
Exactly, then get them in fast. Yeah. There's some interesting card play because you can do things like pay a card to move them into a color where you have a color and then get them in for 2. So all sorts of fun tricks there. It's a $14.95 expansion. It plays 1 to 6 players, just like Castle Panic. Still clocks in just about an hour with the base game. With Wizard's Tower, it may add a little bit more, but it definitely brings a lot of Panic to your game. We put a lot in here.
All right. Thanks very much for the overview, Justin.
Thank you very much.